Live. That's not very handy. Hello, I'm here. I hope you're here. I hope you're going to join me live or on the replay, whichever way you're showing up. I'm giving you praise for whatever way you're showing up because I'm giving myself some praise for showing up today because this live almost didn't happen just because I didn't feel like it. Okay. How many of you can relate to that? That you have something that you want to do and you really want to do this thing. And in the moments of your day, you're thinking about this thing. My shirt's all wonky. You're thinking about this thing. Oh, I want to do that. I want to write the book or start the business or do the exercise or come out here on YouTube or whatever it is. You get to that point, sometimes you don't feel like it and you think, okay, I'm not going to do that today. I'll put it off until tomorrow. I'll wait until the next time that I get that burst of energy or that rush of wanting to do it. And then maybe that time comes. I even had this YouTube, this live scheduled, and I took that down in the middle of the night. I think I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm tired. I want my day to be whatever, something else. So let me grab a blanket. So we're going to talk about this today. Okay. And I'm a little bit chilly. So we're going to get cozy. We're going to get cozy. I have a kitty. Oop, what that was. It kind of scared me. It was like a piece of tape. I have a kitty here on my desk that you can't see. But we're going to get cozy and we're going to talk about kind of not bad advice here, not any kind of toxic advice, okay, but doing the thing even when we don't want to, and what that looks like, and how that can still kind of honor how we're feeling in the moment, and how it can be a good thing instead of a negative thing. So I have my notes here. These are my notes, you guys. This little ripped piece of paper. I had something else completely different planned for today's live, but I thought this was really important to talk about because kind of, let's face it, this is the reason, I think the biggest reason, I should say. I'm sure there's many reasons why we don't go for our goals, but I feel like this is the biggest reason that we don't feel like it in the moment. We're either too tired or we just aren't in that mindset just yet. And I'm not saying that's bad, okay? I think that obviously the other big reason why we don't go for the things that we want to is lack of time. But I'd like to kind of argue that the not feeling for it feeling outweighs that and is probably bigger because sorry, I'm kind of like fixing myself. Because when you think about it, we have time to be out here on social media. We have time to watch TV. We have time to do whatever it is that we all get sucked into YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is. So we have that time in our day, but we don't always feel like doing the thing. And one of the ways that I got me to sit down and do this live is asking myself, how am I going to feel later on in the day if I don't do that thing? And that is one thing that got me here, honestly, is because I know that later on in the day, if I don't come live here or I don't do the thing that I want to, that later on in the day, I'm just going to say, why didn't I do that? I didn't show up. I said I was going to. And I feel like I let myself down, I let my community down, and that consequence of that feeling is one thing that brought me here today. The other thing is that this is a goal of mine. This is something that I've set out to do, that I want to do, that I want to accomplish, that I want to experience in life, that I want to have in my life. So that is another way that I'm showing up. So if you're here new, if you're watching this on the replay, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but if you're here new, we're talking about showing up for ourselves, showing up for our goals and the things that we want to do, even when we don't feel like it. Because not that I don't want to be here today, but I'm thinking, gosh, I could write a little bit today because I'm off today, have a summer schedule, but I thought I could write a little bit. I definitely need to clean, like my house behind me and to the side of me is just it's a mess. And making all of these other things, kind of go over my goal, kind of be a bigger priority than my goal of coming out here. So I thought, you know what, we need to talk about that. And let's, instead of me just thinking through it, I'm coming out here. So just wondering if, oh, thank you. Thanks for being here, you guys. Just wondering if you guys can relate to this because, we always have excuses. And my dad used to, you know, the whole excuse thing. There's a lot of excuse things to say, and I won't say them on here. I'll just go over that. But at the same time, I don't want to come out here and say, just do the thing anyway, even if you don't feel like it. I don't want to say that because sometimes we can definitely burn ourselves out by doing that. And this week, this is the first week that my kids are on their summer break. And it's like, I feel like I'm getting a break too, because I don't have to help them with their homework for literally 2 or 3 hours a night. And I thought earlier in the week, I do need this break. It's really nice to kind of relax at night, maybe do some reading. But then eventually it's time to get back into it. I have a lot of goals this summer. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But I do want to say to honor how you feel, definitely, especially if you have some goals, if you have some things that you want to do, but you're busy, okay? You have those things. If you're allowing yourself some downtime, let's talk about the balance of it. Let's also allow ourselves to do the thing that we want to do, to make the video, to write a little bit, maybe a scene, write a chapter or something, do the exercise, make your goal planner. My planner's in my bag here, and get that balance going. And how do we do that? We do that somewhat by being consistent, by maybe not making a schedule, but maybe we do say, hey, I know that this time at night, between 8 and 9 at night, I still have some energy, it's maybe some downtime, and that I can spend it doing the thing that I want to do. And for me, I know that definitely helps because getting into routine definitely works, because this last week I've been so out of whack with my routine. I'm not taking the girls to school because they're on summer. I have a different schedule at work, and which means that I get up at a different time, I go to bed at a different time, and it allows for more of that wiggle room to have those doubts kind of creep in, have those other things. No, I'm not going to work on that today. I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll have more time tomorrow. I'll have more energy some other time. But I need to do this for myself too. And that is to make that time a priority, number one, and to make it a consistent time to show up for myself, show up for my goals, because I know for me, when I don't do the thing that I want to do, that I say I'm going to do, that feeling later is a consequence. And I feel that later, maybe you feel this way too. It's kind of worse, the consequence, that kind of disappointment. That disappointment is worse than actually kind of that little hurdle that we have to take in order to do the thing. Like right now, I thought, okay, what do I have to do to get ready for this live? my hair is not done, put on a little bit of makeup, whatever, change the desk here in the living room, and then go for it and get to the talking points a little bit. My little note here that I'm gonna talk about. But that little push that I had to give myself, I know is nothing compared to later on feeling kind of that guilt, kind of that disappointment of actually not doing the thing. And these stack up. The time that you spend on yourself, on your goal, on your thing, on your dream that you want to do, that time builds and progress is made. And more than that is the confidence that you give yourself. That kind of accomplishment that you get builds. And hopefully that kind of feeling, this is one thing that brought me here today and clicked that live button, was knowing that afterwards I'm going to be so happy that I came out here. Even if I'm not talking all that fluently today, it's not a perfect live, it's not, as good as some other people. It doesn't matter. You're showing up. It doesn't need your perfection. It doesn't need to be a certain circumstance. It just needs you. And that's ultimately what we need to bring to the table when we're doing this, is not our excuses, not I'll put it off until tomorrow, not, oh, I have to show up perfect, or I have to show up in a certain way in order for it to happen. It doesn't need that. Your goals and dreams only need you to show up. So I think that there is a compromise here if you're showing up. This is going to be a short live, a short video if you're on the replay. The compromise here is not to push yourself to the point of hurting yourself, right? Of saying, I did that, now I'm have less energy. Usually that doesn't happen though. I've just got to say, usually if you're showing up for yourself and you're doing the thing, you're gonna feel elated and more energetic afterwards. At least that's for me. I can't speak for all of us, but the balance here is that, yes, you might have to push in the beginning and you might have to say, okay, just do it. Just whatever it is. I have to do this in the morning, you guys, because I get up early so I can exercise, because if I don't do it then, I know I'm not going to do it throughout the day because other things take up my time. And then yet I think about it all day. Also, that's my consequence of not exercising in the morning, because then I just think about it all day. Oh, can I do it later? I don't know. So the balance of showing up and getting over that little hurdle and doing the thing that you want. But maybe some of the things that you need to do is think of in your mind, I'm not doing it all today. Okay. This is the other side of that balancing. You're kind of pushing yourself into it. Okay. But then you're telling yourself, I'm going to work on this for 15 minutes, for 20 minutes. I'm not going to do all of it. I'm going to work on that thing, that one task that I'm on. And we've talked about this in the past, that we have the big dream, we have the big goal, and there's probably a ton of tasks for it, but you can only do one at a time. You're going to take that one, you're going to take that next task, and then you're going to spend 20 minutes on it. And that is the compromise, okay? That yes, you're giving yourself that little push, you're getting into it, but then you're focusing on that one thing. And that one thing can be a hard thing, it can be an easy thing, whatever it is, wherever you are with that, we can do it for 20 minutes, right? Maybe we won't want to do a push-up for 20 minutes or something that's painful. But hopefully the goals that you're working on aren't painful, right, you guys? I know that I have harder things that I'm working on with building my business than others. Like the website is definitely hard. But if I tell myself, I can do this for 20 minutes. I have this one task. I want to change that one page on the website, and I can do that. I know you guys can do it too. And I'm not coming out here to say, do it anyway. Who cares what your emotions are that day or your energy? And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes, day after day, we can get in a rut. Ask me how I know. We can get in a rut and we put it off today and we put it off tomorrow. And you're gonna hear my cat scratching on her post. Yeah, we can put it off today and put it off tomorrow and put it off for the week and then put it off for the month. And then the year goes by, right? And then year after year, we're not doing the thing. So sometimes, yes, we do need that little push, and we do need a little bit like digging down deep and saying, okay, I am going to start that thing. I am going to pick it back up. I'm going to continue doing it. And sometimes you need somebody like me to come out here and tell you that it's okay to give a little bit of a push, of a little bit of yourself. Sometimes you need to kind of be like out of yourself. I don't know how to say it. Like, okay, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to, whatever that takes to do it. So, and I'd like to say, I say this a lot, that once you get into the thing, hopefully you've chosen something that you want to do, your goal or your dream, whatever it is. Hopefully you've chosen that thing that you're going to like doing, that you look forward to showing up for. Like me today, I didn't really look forward to showing up for this live, but now I'm here. I like doing it. I like getting all these words out. And then maybe also you're not sure what to work on, okay? And that is where I come in also, because I have my planner that's hiding here. I don't know why I didn't take it out. And I'm not trying to advertise this, okay? I just am so darn proud of this thing. But I do walk you through in here how you can come up with your goals. And I have a little bit of a system going in here that you look at your important parts in your life, and your goals stem from that. So I do walk you through that in here, and I'm gonna talk about that when this comes out. I feel like I can't talk about it yet because it's not here yet. It's on its way. It should be here in a couple of weeks. So, so we will talk about that more, about coming up with your goals, because that matters also, right? We want to show up for them. So anyway, I'm gonna end here because I wanted to show up for you. I wanted to show up for me, give you a little nudge, a little push, but I also wanted to show that this journey, even for me, even though I have some accomplishments under my belt, I've written some books, I've done my planner, I've come out here on YouTube and starting to build a community. Even though I have that, some days I don't feel like doing it. Some days are a push, and some days it's harder to show up than others. And I understand that. Okay. Some days you have 10 other things on your list before that thing, and that thing, you might not get to it. Right. But this, I feel like showing up. I don't know if you can hear my stomach growl. I'm really hungry. I don't know if, I know I say this sometimes, but going for your goals, doing this thing for you, in my opinion, is one of the ultimate self-care things that you can do, whatever that is. Maybe it's taking quiet time. Maybe it's getting into your faith. Maybe you're going back to school and you need to research that. All of these things should be exciting. It should be bringing you to the table. It should be bringing you to a place where you're excited to show up, and then when you leave, you feel accomplished and proud of yourself. And that's what I'm encouraging you to keep going for. Keep showing up when it's hard even, and also enjoy the process. So I'm gonna say goodbye there. I'm glad I showed up today. I'm glad you showed up. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you guys. Let me know what you're working on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. If I can push the button. Bye.